Hello and welcome to part 2 of my no gathering 0 gold to token challenge. We're going to go over a little bit of how we ended part 1 before we get into part 2, so let's jump into it. We ended off with 152 gold. Our character level wasn't crazy high, it was only 94, and we're probably not going to work on that today. We had tailoring and enchanting, but we're going to end up getting rid of enchanting, and we're going to go for alchemy. Because I think that honestly we could probably make more with concentration and multi-crafting, so we're just going to get rid of enchanting right now. Let's check our mail and go grab alchemy. Not bad, 442 gold from everything we posted on part 1. Put us at a total of 595 gold.
With perseverance, strength.
Let's grab alchemy now and midnight alchemy. Now what we're going to go for off the start is just the health potions here, and you can use concentration. At the beginning it's 352 concentration, but it will profit you a couple hundred gold, so that's what we're going to go for. First we got to level it up, so let's buy a couple mats. Alright, let's buy some vials from the alchemy supply guy. And let's use our concentration to craft the first 2, so we can see what profit is like without any accessories or tools or any skill level. So fresh alchemy character we're pulling in, as you saw there, about 1193 gold. It posts for actually 13. We profited about 1200 there. Sell everything else, clear out our bags. Alright, so next we are going to go get our knowledge points for alchemy. I am going to speed this up, but I'm not going to skip through it just so that you guys can see it. But essentially, I just run around Silver Moon City, I go to Harndar, I go to Zolomon, I go to the Voidstorm, and I just grab all of the profession items, treasures rather, for alchemy. Once I've collected all of the profession treasures, I go back to Silvermoon City and I just use them all to get my knowledge points for alchemy. Once that's done, I undercut scan to see who has undercut me, and I repost the potions that were made a little earlier. Now, we want to level up alchemy a little more so we can use these knowledge points, but I don't want to spend 125 gold. So, I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to actually get Light's Potential, but we need Stabilized Derivate. Derivate. Stabilized Derivate. In order to make that, all we got to do is recycle some potions that we've made, and we got to buy oiled heartwood from the supply guy. So we have some potions. We're going to make a little bit more. We're actually going to make 6 of these, and because they pump out 5 each, we're going to get 30 in return. We already have 10, so we're going to have 40, which is way more than we need, but it'll be good for future or reposting on the auction house. Either way, it's going to help our skill level. Now that we've made our potions, we'll go over to the supply guy, and we're gonna buy 12 oil.
Treat my wares with care.
Now we don't need to do all of these, so we're only gonna do it until we get the 5 required to unlock Light's Potential, which should come rather early. 2, 2, 1, perfect. So now we can purchase Light's Potential. Which, as you can see here, doesn't profit a whole lot right off the main ones, but we are going to be focusing on multi-crafting and resourcefulness later on, so that will help. We're going to go into this tree first. We're going to do Potion Prowess first, and then work our way down to Path of Light, and then Prolific Potioneer Light. And we'll talk more about this later, but essentially it's going to get us more multi-crafting for light potions. So let's get rid of the potions that we have left over. Yeah, and this thread too, might as well. Now, we're simply just going to fly around the city, hand in a couple quests that we have, and work on stacking a little bit of gold so that we can boost alchemy to level 25. But we do need a little bit of gold to get started, so we're just going to go around and do this, and then I'm going to introduce a new way of making gold by just playing a portion of the game that was introduced regularly, no gathering. I did happen to get the tailoring and the alchemy services quests, but those are for orders fulfilled, and I haven't done or seen much of the orders for midnight, so those will be looked at later.
We are not charging into another portal blind, Decimus. We need a few experts before we mobilize, starting with our champion here.
Alright, so now that I got those quests handed in, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Lore Walking Campaigns NPC, which is actually just over here in Silvermoon. Now, if you've never done lore walking before, essentially you can come talk to any apprentice lore walker, and they can throw you into old school campaigns. We're going to note that we only have 96 gold before we start this, just so we can see what one run is going to make us. Now, I'm actually going to put a timer on so we can see how much we make during a run, because we're going to use this quite often in the beginning until we can start min-maxing our potions. We're going to go with the Lola one, and we're going to sit down, and she's going to talk for about a minute straight. And when she's done talking, you'll be able to talk to her again. You just click on her, and we'll be able to teleport to the beginning quest for this storyline. Each storyline gives like a little background and shows a little bit of like a ghost show there while you're waiting. So just click on her, click quest, it'll teleport you back in time. Just get up off this bench, run over to King Rastakhan, that's his name. Once you've accepted that quest, just back out of lore walking, because the next part of that quest is about 2 to 2.5 minutes of just slow walking in RP. Just talk to this apprentice again, and then click continue. Talk to her one more time once you're on the bench, and click the teleport option. This takes about 30 seconds or so, but it bypasses 2.5 minutes of lore. Once you're here, you can go talk to Gonk, hand in this quest, accept his next one, and then War Druid loading. If you accept the quest from her too, they pair together. And in this next zone, all you gotta do is kill a couple of these guys for a progression bar, and there's 3 scrolls you have to touch. So I'm gonna fast forward through this. This run is actually pretty easy, and you can do it with any class solo. Obviously a tank class or like the hunter here where I can have my pets makes it a lot easier, but even if you can AoE and you have okay gear, like you'll be fine. We're under 100 item level right now and we're doing great. You just stick to the right side. There's one at the beginning, you come into the right side here after the first bridge, and there's a scroll on the wall. Then after you get this one, again, just continue the same way you were going over the next bridge. Jump off halfway to the left, tuck in the back. And then once you grab this last scroll here, again, just run out, keep to the left, and you'll be able to hand in your quests. At the end of the zone, you can hand in both quests if you've done it efficiently enough, which isn't that hard to do. Then you accept this quest, and you hop on the Big Wing Lord. Essentially, this quest is it just flies you up and down this path, and you just spam your first action key and target the mobs on the ground. Once you've hit 75, it will fly you up to the main gate where you can then hand in the quest and begin the next one. Alright, once you talk to Razan, you can hand that in, he'll smash the gate down. Just run to the bottom of the stairs here and talk to the king again. Skip the cinematic, talk to him one more time, and just go up the stairs and to the right. That is all you need to do to end this quest line, and right here is where the big rewards come in. 94 gold and a reward from this quest, and then immediately from the Lore Walker you get another quest with the same reward, 94 gold, and then some old school materials that you can also sell in vendor. From here, just exit Lore Walking, and it'll bring you right back to the bench in Silvermoon City. If you want to do this again, you can literally just start over. You just go talk to the Lore Walker and start over, which we're going to do a couple times here soon. But that run alone brought us from 79 gold to 420 gold and gave us stuff to vendor. Now remember, that only took us 9 minutes and 43 seconds, so that's not bad. Vendor all our stuff. And then we are actually going to go back and run that a few more times. We're at 506. We're going to run that a handful more times, and we'll get back after that because it takes a while. Alright, after a few more runs and emptying our bags, we actually got up to 2,515 gold. That's the most we've seen so far, so we're going to actually use that to boost our alchemy to where it needs to be. Maybe grab another piece if we can afford it, and move on from there. So let's buy some more Tranquility Bloom. I want enough for about 20 stacks of that potion. Grab it from the mailbox. Head back over to the alchemy supply guy, buy some more vials. Again, enough to make 20. And then we are just going to craft until we hit skill level 25. Once we've hit skill level 25, we can go over to potion prowess in our spec tree. And we're going to put 10 points in so that we can unlock the first subclass. And we're going to choose Path of the Light instead of the Path of the Void. And we're going to immediately put 10 points in there too. Now remember, we have these points from the knowledge points that we went around and collected. We're going to use Prolific Potioner over here, Light, because it gives you a +3 multicraft per point in this section completely. And after the first 5 points you put in, which is conveniently what we have, you get +30 multicraft from there too. So 15 from the base and 30 here, we automatically have +45 multicraft, which is kind of nice to start with. Now we are going to max this out eventually, but for now this is a good start. See, now it's boosted some of our stats, crafting speed and multicraft a little bit. And eventually we are going to get these. You know what? Let's actually go get an accessory or a tool now. So we'll go profession equipment, we'll go alchemy, we'll filter for just the current expansion. We'll go to, accessories first, why not? I know these are cheap. What we're looking for here is a 5 quality with a multicraft proc on it, or multicraft skill. And the first one there has it, and this is only 900 gold, so we're going to grab that. That's a good deal. Now this is where it gets expensive. Some of the coveralls aren't the level we need. See, that's only quality 2. And this next one here, I think is only quality 4. Yeah, these are quality 3s. Okay, these are tools though. Okay, and these are quality 4s, and the quality 5 is what we want, which is here. That's crafting speed. We want the multi-craft one right there. So we're gonna have to save for that because that's out of our price range at the moment. So I think we can only get the one accessory. Now you can get a multi-craft enchantment. Whoops, there we go. Multi-craft enchantment for your tool. It gives you another 30. So once we combine all these together, our multi-craft proc will be above 20%, which is fantastic. And then after, we're going to work on resources. But for now, let's grab the hat that we bought and equipped it. Actually, let's see the difference here. So see how our multi-craft's only 5%? Once we put this hat on, it should go up. And there you go, now it is 8%. And also it increases our skill level, which drops the recipe difficulty and the amount of concentration we're going to have to use overall. Now, if we use Craft Sim to scan, it's going to say that Light's Potential and Silver Moon Health Potions are both profitable within like 5 gold of each other, and they cost the same amount of concentration. But if you look at the sell rates, Light's Potential sells almost 3 times as much daily on the region. So that's going to be the one we focus on most for multi-craft and resourcefulness. Now remember, we are building this out, so once we get Prolific Potioneer Light all the way to 20, it will help yield more multi-craft per multi-craft. And then we're also going to come over here to Alchemical Mastery and eventually get this skill tree, which will then give us resourcefulness back, so the materials we use won't cost as much. Quick little recap for today. We did not go up any item level at all, but we did go up in gold. We're actually at 1100 gold right now, and we were able to level up our alchemy enough where we can profit daily. We dropped enchanting, got alchemy, and we're at skill level 25. We made our first concentration crafts and we're good. Potion prowess, we got 10 points in, Our first subclass, we went for Path of Light with 10 points, so that we could then get Prolific Potioneer Light, because once we max this out, multi-craft will be fantastic. Thank you for joining and hanging out for part 2. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for part 3. See you next time. Peace.